Any thought of moving somewhere else?
Yeah, so we talk about
Puerto Rico. You could do that. You could do that.
So we've discussed this, and this is perhaps the interesting question about like philosophy of money, which Ben and I often discuss, and maybe you have a different take. California's really expensive, and not only the house, but the taxes and all of that kind of stuff. The amount that I pay on a daily basis to be in California compared to Nevada is probably over $1,000 a day, just for the privilege of a few hours of sunlight. And should I do that? I come to the conclusion that yes, I should, because one, right now I can afford it, and it just makes me marginally happier than being in Puerto Rico. That's why I come to the conclusion. The idea of stacking up more money while nice seems less valuable to me than sunshine in the afternoon. And I don't think that's something that I'm going to regret later in life, but I don't actually know what I would do if I had, say, at the end of the year and I saved a bunch of money. Say I had another $250,000 or $500,000. There's nothing that I can conceive of that I could use that money for that would add to my life in a meaningful way.
S&P 500. That's it.
So
you need some good dividend stocks.
Yeah, and so what is your crypto? Do you just get joy out of seeing the pile grow? Like,
yes.
Why have more? And is there an enough number for you where it's like, you know what, I'm going to splurge. I'll just screw it at this point.
I am, to a certain extent. No, I don't look at the whole number. I look at like whatever the number is. So let's say it's $100. I'm like, okay, now I could spend $3 of that. Yeah. So I just spend 3%. So whatever that number is, 3% of it. So right now I could, I'm really living off like, imagine I make like $100,000. 150. I keep it about that. Yeah. So so whatever I earn more is just I increase it 3%.
Got it. And so is that why not spend more? Is it because you don't think it would make you happy, or because you would stress about not saving as much?
Both. I wouldn't be any happier, but also I would stress over it's unsustainable. Like I know if I spent more, if something were to happen, I can't keep that up. So I'm not going to even try. I'm going to stay within my means.
Got it.
Yeah.
But there's a 3%, a 4%, a 5%, a 6%. Why not spend like you are making $250K a year? Because I know that you're making seven figures solidly, right? Yeah. But any more than 3%, it's not guaranteed to last through inflation or a downturn that could last however long. So
but aren't you not spending 3%?
Maybe it's less. I don't know what it is, but mentally it's about plus or minus 3%. It's around
3%. It's like one. It's like it's less than 1%.
We could see a downturn. The market's down. Market's down. Okay, Bitcoin's down 50%.
Well, but I guess here's my question: it seems like the implicit idea is that you want to have enough money to survive forever should you never be able to work again. But the impression that I get from you is that you are smart. You are smart, hardworking, driven.
But I don't want to have to do that. That's the thing.
But you do never want to, given your own mentality.
To a certain extent, I think it's worthwhile to be able to, when the sun is shining, you make hay. And an opportunity like this, I don't think necessarily is guaranteed to stay around for forever. So at this time, I think it makes sense to double down when things are working. And at some point, things are going to change. Yeah. So I'd rather look back at this and be like, all right, I've done everything I could on this, and things could change.
Got it. Yeah. Is there a age or an amount that you would have to be like, the sun has been shining for 12 years, I don't have to make hay anymore? Or
no, I think it's slowly just over time. I think as I get older, I think just the more you want to kind of just take it easy a little bit more each and every year. I think it'll be a gradual thing. I don't think it's going to be one day I'm like, all right, I'm done. I think just maybe an hour less a week every now and then 2 hours a week. Yeah, a little bit less.
Yeah. And I don't think one is right and wrong. I guess my philosophy, which we'll see how it plays out, is I want to enjoy the benefits of retirement while I'm young. And if I am forced to work and to make hay, I believe that I will be able to do that. And I know this is the other thing that we kind of talked about is like the worst case scenario for me is living on a friend's couch, because I have done a good job of making friends and having people that care about me. So I don't believe that I will ever be in real deprivation. I might be in like socially ostracized. You're a big loser. You're 45 years old and you can't pay for yourself. I think that's worst case scenario. But yeah, it's tough for me to conceive of true calamity. barring the total collapse of the United States of America, in which case I'm screwed anyway. Like I don't know how to work a gun and I can't make my own food. So I'm in trouble. Jack told me that your thought would be, with that amount of money, why not purchase a smaller home, own it, build equity, those sorts of things, right?
Yeah, preferably not in Malibu.
Yes. Yeah. What is your opinion on Malibu?
I think if you live in Malibu, you may as well live in Ventura for half the price. I mean, what's the difference? Very little. You're driving an extra 35 minutes north, and everything's half off.
Yeah.
So I would rather do that between the two, or move out of state entirely, because your voice doesn't, or your image doesn't need to be attached to this channel. So why live there?
Yes. So I guess it's a few reasons. When I think of the things that matter to me in life, and I've tried to take stock, and I've lived in a lot of different places, weather comes up very, very high on the list. And so Southern California, as compared to here, for instance, in Vegas, where it's like low taxes, that's why we stay in California. Instead of Ventura, I've got a girlfriend, Ben's got a girlfriend, and it was just, do we want to live 20, 30 minutes away from your girlfriend, or do you want to live an hour away? And so that was a decision. But certainly in the future, I could see myself in Ventura. But yeah, there are smarter decisions that I could have made. I think the underlying philosophy, though, with regard to why I chose to spend probably more than you would have been comfortable with, is that Jack has told me that you feel that the YouTube train could run out, and I totally agree. Watching my ad revenue go from 90... Well,
oh wow!
Say it. You're there.
Place.
It's okay.
It's a safe place.
90 to 30 from December to January, and that's
Yikes.
of course, yeah. And of course, I know that we got salaries, and I'm splitting with the team and with Ben, of course. Watching that is like, yeah, this can end. But I'm under the impression, this has always been true for me, that I tend to perform better when I have a financial necessity. Like when the pressure is off, I take my foot off the gas, and that's not something I mind doing, but I feel like I can be on the hook to build, grow in the future if it's necessary financially. But when it's not, I'm happy to like chill, coast, enjoy.
Got it.